So now that I have my needle threaded, I can actually get started on my board. So where to begin? We're going to start on the bottom of your board, and we're going to start on the bottom right-hand side where that taped pieces, and I told you not to be able to fit. I didn't want you to be able to fit a needle underneath that tape. Okay, that's where we're going to start. And we're going to start today with just using the regular tabby weave. So we're going to go under one, over one. It doesn't matter which way you start. I could start going over, under, over, and we're going to go all the way across the front side. Okay, and your needle's short, so it's not going to fit all the way across. So you might have to grab it and pull it through a little bit, and then continue until you get across the front. Okay, this is an important step. So once you get across the front, you need to pull and pull and pull all the way until you get to the end of your yarn. And you're going to want to leave about a 2-inch tail. Okay, so you definitely don't want to leave all the yarn on that side. You got to pull all the yarn with you. So I'm going to leave about a 2-inch tail, so not too long, and then I can just kind of push that down to the bottom a little bit. And I'm going to, instead of turning my needle like I may have done in elementary school to go back on the same side, since we're doing a 3D board, we're going to weave both sides. So I ended over, so now I'm going to flip the board, okay, and I'm going to keep my needle going in the same direction from left to right. So I ended over, which means I start my next side under, over, under, over, under. All right, so I made it across the back side. I'm going to pull, and I'm not going to pull too fast because I don't want that to get in a knot over there, okay? And then I'm just going to push that to the bottom, and I ended over. So when I flip the board, I should be starting under. And what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look to make sure that it is going in the opposite order of the first red string I put on, okay? So if I pull, and then I'm going to keep going until I get across. Okay, so now that I've got my second line on top, I'm looking to make sure that this one, the first one, goes over, the next line goes under, so they're alternating over, under, over, under. So the tabby weave goes over, under, left to right, but it also goes over, under, up and down too. And that's a good way to check to make sure you're weaving correctly, okay? So if I ended under, remember when I flip my board, I'm going to start by going over. So that's super important that you always alternate which way you're weaving when you flip your board.